The more I studied, the more I learned about the United States, the more I assimilated without giving up being Puerto Rican. You know, if you say something that it's meant to be with a V, but you say it with a B, then they might make fun of that. And that had happened. It doesn't happen to me anymore. Educate yourself when you come to this country. I think that specifically dealing with the media, okay, especially now that we have all this opportunity because of the increased awareness of the Hispanic culture in the United States. I think that it is important, and one of the things that I like to bring in the forefront, especially here in the Missouri, in St. Louis, is that we need to start educating our Latino brothers and sisters about the existence of other Hispanics that have been here working very hard already and trying to establish an infrastructure with the community. Therefore, it is important that media it plays a big role in the Hispanic community here in St. Louis because, you know, we need the newspapers, we need the radio to be our voice and to be able to bring forward people that are working very hard in companies or, you know, different businesses, that are educators, that are on a day-to-day making sure that the Hispanic community is enhanced and grows, you know, in a positive direction. Because what's happening is that now we're seeing a migration of labor coming into Missouri. Interviewing people in the business community of the Hispanic business owners, and that program is to demonstrate not only to the Hispanic community that's here that perhaps do not know of the existence of a vibrant business community, it is to demonstrate to those people that we are here and that we're working very hard, and we're not just long services or restaurants or you know, taco stands or something like that. That we got more to offer. I have never can tell you that I encounter any blunt prejudice. You know, yes, I have been approached. Okay, I can think about an example. Many years ago, when I was in the Air Force, I remember that, you know, the first impressions the first comments that I got from my other mates in my squadron was like, "Oh, you're Puerto Rican. Where's the knife?" You know, it kind of hurts a little bit because you say, "Well, you know, why you so West Side Story, and that's the way you judge my culture." Another situation that I can tell you that personally I might have, it's the language is the problem because, you know, a lot of I guess Anglos or American people that live in this country that speak English, even though they don't speak it perfectly or well, if you say something, if I mispronounce a word, they will immediately come over and say, "What? What did you just say?" Or they make fun of the word. You know, and I had situations like, for example, we Hispanics change a lot of the V's and with the B's, you know, when we talk, if we talk fast. So, you know, if you say something that it's meant to be with a V, but you say it with a B, then they might make fun of that. And that had happened. It doesn't happen to me anymore, you know, not as often. Sometimes I go into my Puerto Rican mode, and you know my language changes because then I'm thinking in Spanish. But those are the only, you know, experiences that I can tell you about, other than really blunt prejudice where I had been left out or, you know, not let in a place or something like that, or looked at as being a Puerto Rican or something. No. The best defense is education. Educate yourself when you come to this country. Learn the language, learn the customs, work very hard, to not to assimilate to the point that your culture disappear, because your culture is the most important thing that you can contribute to any country that you go into. Your experiences or your customs. That is what this keeps this nation thriving and being the best nation in the world, because it's new knowledge that's being input. However, it is important that we use our means of being educated, learning the language, going to school. The more I study, the more I learned about the United States, the more I assimilated without giving up being Puerto Rican, the more I was able to educate people that did not know anything about Puerto Rico or my culture, my Hispanic culture. And nowadays, as if I can indulge a little bit, as being president of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce here in St. Louis, I am able to communicate and to educate people about the Hispanic culture, and we are indeed a sophisticated, vibrant segment of this community.